I didn't want to go live today because I got a text message this morning that I wasn't really happy about, and but I committed to my team that I would go live. Like they want me to go live because we make more money when I do more lives, right? So I got a text message this morning from my ex-wife that the dog that was my dog that stayed with her after we separated, um, really cool brown chocolate lab named Ojo is being put down today because he's really been suffering. We surprised he lasted this long and he's old. He's we got him just before my son Hudson was born, and Hudson's 14. So he's older than my son. So um yeah, so anyway, it's really sad and yeah, I cried. Like I cried. So I thought, gosh, if I'm going to do a live, then what should I talk about? So what I wanted to talk about is don't avoid your feelings and feel them. So one of the things I've noticed about entrepreneurs in working with many and being part of many masterminds and coaches and mentors and all the stuff that I've been a part of is that entrepreneurs are usually really adaptable people. They're really versatile, they're really creative, they're really adaptable. And because of that, they tolerate a lot of white noise in their life, like pressure, noise, pain. They get used to a lot of challenges and a lot of things, and they just let it sit there a lot of times. So, one of the things, and I got this idea, largely from, gosh, I guess I got it from a lot of different things. I did a large group awareness training once, and they talked about the importance of making sure that emotions don't get stuck in your body and that you emote them, right? That you let them move. They need to be moving through you. Otherwise, there's that kind of stagnant energy that sort of festers. And then I had a really good friend, John Ray. Shout out to John Ray, my buddy here in Austin. He also helped really drive this home for me, the importance of making sure that you feel through your feelings. So a lot of times, especially more analytical or thinker oriented business owners or entrepreneurs or humans, as opposed to those that are more feeler oriented and feelers, I'm more on the thinker side, I think, a lot of times. I approach most problems logically first. And a lot of times, the challenge that thinkers have is that we try to figure out how to not feel feelings that we don't want to feel by using logic and tactics and thought. And which is ironic, right? We're trying to solve a feeling or emotional problem or to prevent future emotional pain, which is what our brain's job is trying to figure out how to avoid pain in the future. And we do that by trying to come up with a strategy or tactics or things or ways to not have to ever feel that uncomfortable, painful feeling again. And that seems like a pretty logical thing to do. This emotional pain is uncomfortable. How can I never feel this again? And so we try to protect ourselves and build walls and come up with all these different ideas. And then we limit the breadth or the width or the diversity of our human experience. And we feel less and less human over time. We feel very logical, very analytical, and we are very cut off from connection and from intimacy and from emotion in other people. And so it's very important to make sure you feel through the feelings. Because here's the secret that I learned largely from John Ray is, when we avoid a feeling, we actually hold on to it indefinitely. And you can avoid feeling a feeling forever, right? It always keeps kind of rearing its ugly head and it keeps coming back. It's all like it keeps coming back, and it's like we're trying to hold something in, but it's just trying to get out, and it will always just stay there. It stays innocent and it's always there. And then what happens is when you get squeezed, that's what comes out. So just like if you squeeze an orange, no matter how hard you squeeze it or what you do to it, there's only one thing you can get to come out of it, right? Is what's inside, right? That's it. and what's inside? Orange juice, right? In an orange. So if you squeeze it, you will never get something else. You will get the orange juice from it because that's what's inside. Unless I know you creative people, you're thinking, "Well, what if I just inject something else in it?" But right, whatever's inside and is the only thing that you can get to come out. So when we get squeezed in life, that's what comes out. When we get stressed, there's pressure, our kids don't do something, or we have there's someone does something on the road. That's what comes out. Like this anger, this emotion is what comes out, and then we that's what we feel. We express it, and it's coming out. This anger, this hurt, this whatever, these feelings come out and are expressed in an unhealthy way because we've never fully felt through these things. And so the only thing that you can actually do with a feeling is to feel it. You can't logic a feeling away. You can't eliminate a feeling by thinking about it. The only thing you can do with a feeling is to feel it fully. And so you can avoid feeling a feeling forever, but you cannot feel a feeling forever. You just can't. You cannot feel a certain feeling about a certain thing indefinitely without there being some new life injected into that, right? And so if you have a negative feeling that you feel that you don't want to feel and you think you need to avoid and you're thinking about how can I avoid this? The secret is to just go deep into it and to fully feel it and feel through that feeling. Feel that shame, feel that hurt, feel that pain. So recognizing that, I countered my brain's logic that I need to just get to work and avoid feeling that feeling that my dog is being put down. And I just sat with it. I just sat with it. And and it was, it feels a bit overwhelming, but you get more and more used to feeling those feelings over time. And, I had a good little cry, let it out. And I don't feel so much sensation regarding that, even though I'm sad. Like it's a sad thing today. But I was able to allow myself to move the majority of that feeling or energy or sadness through so I can get on with the stuff that I want to accomplish today. So, and I'm able to do a live and keep my commitments to my team and get this done. So that's my recommendation. If there's anything you've been avoiding feeling, start with the light stuff and sit with it and feel through it. And if something happens to you today, I know my audience are largely property management entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs. So if you're dealing with, a difficult tenant or a challenging situation or something where you feel like you have to be the bad guy, feel through that feeling until you've fully felt it and take a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, and just allow yourself to feel fully those feelings and just let them move through you. And sometimes music can help you feel a feeling. Play a song or something that kind of feels that feeling. This is why they use music in movies. It's to manipulate quickly emotion. It's one of the fastest ways to get people to feel a feeling is to use music that kind of moves them into that feeling. And so you'll notice in movies, they heighten all of the emotions by using music that feels exciting or feels sorrowful or feels thoughtful, you know, or feels happy, right? So don't avoid your feelings, feel through them. Then you can move on, and then you don't perpetuate and store them and stagnate them and keep them in your body indefinitely. And your nervous system is able to then balance out, to cope, and to heal. And I hope this is helpful for those of you that are dealing with some tough stuff or have dealt with tough stuff in your history. Find a way to feel through those things and get the support that you need if you need some additional support. So that's my message today. And I hope this is helpful for those of you that deal with challenging stuff. And until next time, to our mutual growth. Bye, everyone.